Crazy, old meaningless life, crazy, dare I say it, disappointment of a life. We're all just here, go by all these rules and stuff. We're all just dealing with nonsense, whether we realize it or not. Talking on our phones, walking down the street with our phone up to our face, making it look like we're talking on the phone when we're really listening to YouTube ranters, try to convince us of stuff. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. Yeah, black is black. Hello from the hole. You think I lost it? Yeah, I think we've all lost it, guys. But what is it? The programming. The programming that we've been indoctrinated with our whole lives. We've been conditioned. Your parents want you to be a good boy or girl, and so they can feed you to these employers and stuff. They don't give a fuck about you. Gotta watch the guidelines. Gotta make sure you say the right thing, or they'll kick your channel off. Right? You might have to struggle to get it back, but hopefully you'll find some way to make yourself feel good about something the more awoken you are. Yeah, it is a disappointment, guys. At the same time, you gotta be like, okay, well, there's gotta be a way to make things seem a little bit more real, you know. Even though you might be talking to the camera and spilling out your guts, you hopefully touch somebody out there. At the same time, there's always a voice in your head that's like, why are you doing this? People will tell you, why are you doing this? Why do you keep going? And I say, well, what is it? What else is there? Is there anything? Is there any movement? People will make you think that you're done, kaput, and over. But I say it's all a matter of perspective. Everything in the Bible is just about leaving and going astray and coming back to your source, your awareness. You know, everything. You know, consciousness, free will, and this rabbit hole matrix based off of paper, which nobody should have kids. It's gonna be based off of, consciousness, free will is gonna be based off of going both ways, light and dark, good and bad. You can go either way. You can be a wonderful person. You can be a screw boy, screw girl, screw whatever. Screw this fucking life for what it is. It shouldn't be the way it is. I'm just out here walking. It looks like it might rain. I don't know. It's always raining something. It's always some kind of precipitation. And it's burning us in this hell realm. Gone with the wind. I'm referring to the elements on this crazy earth. Yeah. It doesn't got to be that way. Do we make it that way? Yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Give me a hell yeah. Hell yeah. Everybody say it with me. Hell yeah. Breathe in, breathe out. Meditate. Go sit somewhere. Clear your mind. Sit in the spa. Go for a walk. Do whatever it takes to illuminate yourself. Try to forget about the insanity that's around you. Trying to impress people. Trying to make people think you're worth something. Trying to make yourself think that you're more than what's presented to you. Which is just an illusion anyway, right? Yeah, but your mind makes it real, right? Oh, you keep thinking that one day they'll wake up and realize how I really see things, and you just don't realize that you're in a material world where everybody sees things differently. So that's a hell realm. Heaven will be a place, hell is other people. Heaven will be a place where everybody thinks alike, and don't have to worry about materialism. Everything just manifests. It's the exact opposite of that. Everything's crystallized and dense here, the toughest environment you can enter as a conscious being. That's why it seems like the illusion of there not being free will. It's like, how can there be free will when it was like cause and effect, right? We're victims of causality. Ring a bell? Well, actually, it's more like everybody's using their free will, from something, occurring. Because everything's inevitably going to take place, people. I mean, whether you want to face that or not. So, there's really nothing that you're much in control of other than the fact that you exist. and the fact that you have the ability to change conditions for those that will listen, and nobody's willing to listen. See, that's the problem. Nobody's willing to listen. They're always going back on you. It's like, oh, you're the problem. And then it's like, no, I'm not the problem. The world's the problem. What is the world? You always got to ask why things are the way they are. Why? Well, because you decide to be on the side of evil. You don't want to face the fact that people are just struggling to find ways to be happy and find meaning in things, and eventually you're going to be like, okay, well, why is life got to be like that? Well, because as much as I hate to say it, we make it that way. It's like, oh, you're not even worth hating. I hate you so much, but you're not even worth hating. I'm forced to hate you. It's always about work placement. It's always trying to fill in the spots, right? We could easily just help each other and enjoy the abundance that's already been given to us, but like, that's going to happen. There's always going to be people that are going to be like, no, that's a girly way to look at things, man. You're just supposed to fucking go with the flow. The flow, what's the flow? Being a slave to a piece of paper, having to wake up and do the same thing every day, having to be unhappy with whatever it is you're dealing with, having to do the same thing over and over and over again, trying to dodge the 100 bullets or the fucking agents trying to whack you to the ground. Why persist? Why go on? Because you choose to, and there's your free will. You make a choice. Even if everything is cause and effect, we choose to decide whether or not it's going to bother us. Cause and effect is just the result of the free will. That everybody has the choice as to whether or not they're going to let it bother their consciousness, which is, above all that crap. What's the real illusion here? The illusion is the belief that anything else is outside of you and that you have to go get it. The word evil spelled backwards is live. You gotta live in order to be happy. In order to do that, you gotta help each other and look within and say fuck everything else. Because everything else is just trying to pull you astray and make you go out of the ways of this I am conscious God source energy, whatever you want to call it, consciousness, I amness. It's just, I'm trying to educate anybody. I'm not trying to make everybody think, trying to be famous or get monetized or anything. I'm just trying to speak the truth. And the truth is that reality is what we make of it. Because consciousness creates reality, the mind. This is what matters, people. Everybody's always going to try to lead you astray. People are going to try to make you believe all these myths and legends and things, which are just fabrications of reality and what we want reality to be. That's basically heaven. It becomes real when you want it to be real. Otherwise, it's like, fuck this ain't real. And I'm going to go back to being a slave like I've been conditioned. That's just the toughest reality. I definitely strong you. There are sources of this that exist in this world that try to teach this thing, and I'm not going to name each one of them off. There's too many of them. They do help you, sway you into these deeper ways of thinking, which, can become very painful because most people would like to just go with this is this shallow world, guys. People don't want to dig that deep. They want to make sure that they want to feel happy with whatever it is they're experiencing. They don't want to damage their brain. They don't want to go outside of whatever they're comfortable with or whatever their ideal expectation of reality is. But these things must be understood, otherwise you're going to keep going through a deep dark hole and there's never going to be any light on the other side. And there's all this talk, you shouldn't go into the light. Why? Because the light is going to just be more conditioning, or is it going to be more of a open area to where people can actually be who they truly are as conscious beings? It all depends on what you look at. It's just the light, it's just photons and everything, it's the elements. At the same time, it's like you can't see anything if you're in the dark, right? You got to have the light in order to be positive about something. I'm positive on everything, that everything's negative. Yeah, that's very funny. Why can't you be positive that everything's positive? I don't know, because there's too much negative. You yin yang, you can't have the light with the dark. Unless you're under the belief that darkness is mightier than light, which is balderdash, because after all, the light, you can't see anything in the dark. People trying to seclude themselves, people trying to hide from the truth, people trying to make it to where everything is more difficult than it has to be. Life is already hard enough as it is. You keep procreating into that world, people are going to think that, it's just I need to have a baby because that society tells me to have a baby. But in reality, nobody's making you make that decision. You made that decision. He says nobody can incarnate unless they have something to incarnate within. Otherwise, they'll stay beyond the physical. They'll stay in their spiritual realm that they're all. But people are always going to be wondering why the world's the way it is. People are always going to be having to deal with circumstances. People are always going to be having to deal with, well, whatever they're having to deal with. Just other people's thoughts, thinking differently. It'd be nice to live in a world where everybody just got along and everybody thought alike, but this world is based solely off of a piece of paper and just being a slave. And you keep procreating, bring more slaves into that system. And that's a hell realm. It's not gonna accomplish anything other than just more slavery. People keep procreating, keep getting horny, so the system, diluting and subconsciously, so that they'll keep procreating. Well, what you need to be doing is understanding that people are going to always be the way they want to be and believe in what they want to believe in. Why can't we create a society where everybody just helps each other and loves each other? Because it's no profit. People make profit off of the pain and suffering. Pain and suffering is inevitable in this world because you're going to have to deal with your senses. If you're going to have any kind of real heaven, you're going to have to go. You can only have tastes of heaven. You can only have instances of heaven. You're a multidimensional being that you are. You can only, it's like a dream to you. But then you go to sleep at night, then that becomes reality, and this becomes a dream. So grass is always greener on the other side, right? Always trying to dodge bullets. Always trying to make yourself feel better and higher than somebody else. Never satisfied with whatever the hell's going on at the given moment. Always having to satisfy these biological needs that shouldn't even be necessary when it comes to the fact that we are eternal conscious beings that exist beyond this life. And we have to forgotten ourselves so we can generate this human consciousness. But people are going to be like, no, the logic says that in order for us to exist in this realm, there has to be something higher up. Otherwise, it just can't just be an accident. There are no accidents. Everything begin every life day as if it were on purpose. If you can only pursue happiness, then what's the point of pursuing it if you're never going to actually have it? Why not just understand the fact that this life is never going to do anything but present challenges, and the best way to avoid it is to not have children, of course. But at the same time, if you're going to live in this world, why make life harder than it has to be? Why not, make it easier? Why you got to profit off people's misery? Why can't you just be helpful and just be fruitful and multiply? Not be edgy and malicious and fucked up about it. You know what I mean, guys? Anyway, guys, I'll leave you with that for now, and I'll see you guys again when the time is right. This is Black Hole. I love you guys. I love all my subscribers. I'll see you guys again whenever, if ever. Like, share, subscribe. Peace. Bye-bye for now. Over and out. And hang in there. Like I always tell you guys, this fucking rabbit hole matrix, the best way to escape the hole is to just escape the hole. Best way possible. Whatever that is. Could be anything, man. It could be anything. All just wandering spirits waiting to return home. And what is that home? What if we never left in the first place? Think about that for a while, guys. Bye-bye.